Yes, we are in a few minutes going to sign MOUs between the press agency of Namibia and that of Angola, as well as the national broadcaster of Angola and that of Namibia. The core objective of coming to Angola is, of course, to finally pen these very important documents between our two countries, but of course to follow up on the cooperation between Namibia and Angola in ICT-related matters. We are taking the lead from Her Excellency the President, Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, who was here a few weeks ago. And we are strengthening this bilateral relationship between our two countries, in particular for us at the Ministry of ICT in Namibia, around digital matters, around connectivity, fiber-related matters. We will be having our telecom Namibia meeting the telecom of Angola this afternoon as well. So really, that's the core of an objective of this very important undertaking.
All right. And Minister, tell us, are there any new frameworks within the MOUs, that will be highlighted or explored, especially in the areas such as, broadband expansion, spectrum harmonization between the two countries?
Indeed. That will be a different MOU altogether, because that will be an MOU we expect to sign in this year still between the Ministry of Angola and the Ministry of Namibia. But in terms of the current MOUs, we want to really strengthen the cooperation around information exchange between Angola and Namibia. We want to strengthen live productions between Angola and Namibia. And we're hoping that with these MOUs and legal instruments, we're able to succeed in that. But beyond that, really, we want between the digital infrastructure of Angola and Namibia to learn from one another. This morning, we went to visit the public data center of Angola.
Yes.
Very important undertaking, because they have, ensured that they have a public data center already. And number two, they are busy building a second one already, so that the current one becomes a backup and redundancy data center. So we want to learn from them as we are embarking on our own public data center. And as I've indicated before, the satellite program has also reached such an advanced stage. They recently launched Angolan satellite number 2. So we want to learn from what Angola has done, but we also want to share. And this is why, with the telcos meeting this afternoon, we hope that we could have reduced roaming charges between our two countries, especially related to business owners that travel between our two countries frequently. We don't want them to get an extra charge just because they move from one country to another.
Right.
We want perhaps at some point to share infrastructure, fiber, and network towers, to ensure that we actually help one another and our citizens conduct business more efficiently and more swiftly, and that they don't need to incur extra costs because we are sisterly neighbors.
Yeah. When the general public hears that there's MOUs being signed between two countries, I think that the average person often asks themselves, how does it benefit me, as a citizen? And the young people also, with their growing role within the ICT sector, how does what's being covered in these memorandums of understanding trickle down to them and support them, in terms of digital training, skills perhaps, etc.? Yeah, talk to us a little bit about that.
Absolutely, because with these MOUs, we expect exchanges. And especially with the general MOUs between our two ministries, we want students to come to Angola and vice versa, Angolan students to come to Namibia to gain skills that otherwise do not exist in one of the two countries. That means that whether it's around cybersecurity specialists between the two countries to share knowledge and come here for a few months and so on, that's direct benefit. But I also want to borrow from the cooperation between Namibia and Angola. We have an MOU signed between our two countries. And as of now, they are reduced roaming charges between those who travel between Namibia and Botswana. So that impacts your pocket directly as an ordinary citizen. Because an MOU is simply the basis on which work can then start.
Right.
That there is a basis, there's a cooperation, there's an agreement, there's an understanding between two parties. And then the work can seamlessly start because that way there is something on paper putting responsibility on Namibia, putting responsibility on Angola, giving rights to Namibia, giving rights to Angola. And that makes cooperation so much easier because the truth of the matter is, although we have a beautiful relationship, we are sovereign states, we all have our own interests. It's only a matter of aligning those interests to serve both our people.
Yeah.